Good morning. It's Colorado Conversation with Melanie, and in the studio with me today is Debbie McElhaney. She is the founder and CEO of American Military Family. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Melanie. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. First off, let me start by saying that our topic that you're about to hear today could be sensitive to some of our audience, so listener discretion is advised. The mission for American Military Family is to stop the epidemic of veteran and first responder suicide. Debbie, first off, what you do is absolutely amazing. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. You know, I love what I do, so it's a privilege to have the honor of trying to stopping that epidemic.
Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about the military. We all know and love the military. No matter how you feel about our government, our military is solid.
Amen.
And they're the ones that are going to protect us for our freedoms every single day. So why did you want to start this charity for our veterans?
Well, to be very candid, I had a brother who served in Vietnam, and the 60s were turbulent times. He came home to a very ugly, no welcome home, and were berated for serving their country. I never liked it and decided later in life to do something about it. So I started the charity in 2005 to just raise awareness about those who serve and sacrifice so much for all of us.
Because we know one thing about our veterans, when they turn over to the civilian life, it's very different for them.
It's very difficult for them as well, because you have less than 0.5% of the country who serves, and to the other 99.5% who have that privilege of not understanding what that life is like. That commitment, repeated deployments, that wear and tear on the family is not just on the veteran alone. It spreads throughout the family and the communities as a result.
Absolutely. So how many people are serving in our military today?
You know, to say that, I don't know. It's less than 0.5%.
I was discussing with you just before we were talking about how many people just in my family have served. You know, it seems like a lot, but it really, truly isn't.
I have to tell you, a lot of folks during the COVID outbreak didn't want to take the shot. And as a result, they left the military. And I can tell you, it's like 42 out of 3,000 that re-upped again. The others did not.
Yeah.
So we have a strong need for employment, and some folks might want to consider serving their country as a result.
Absolutely. Now, does everyone have to serve, or is it still all voluntary to take that pledge?
You have to serve. Absolutely, you know, and it is a commitment. It is a 4-year commitment, and it's not just anybody that wants to find something better to do with their life. It's a career. It's a lifestyle. It's imperative that you understand how serious your pledge is.
And it really doesn't matter if you actually do combat. I mean, if you have to face battle, it's one thing. And just putting on that uniform on every single day, you know you're not signing up to be an Avon lady, okay? It's at any given time you could be called to action.
That's what you sign up for. But, you know, it's a career. It's a future. It's for a permanent lifestyle for you if you choose to do so. And every year, after 4 years, you can re-up if you wish or not. But it's a great opportunity, especially young folks. And those are the folks they usually do solicit, who are looking and don't have a purpose and maybe want one.
The whole purpose of American Military Family is to eliminate the suicides by our veterans and our first responders. Now, somebody that has faced action obviously are coming home with some troubled minds.
That's an understatement, you know.
What would you say, how many have died by suicide?
Oh my gosh. You know, the statistic that everybody throws out there is 22 veterans a day. They've reduced it now down to 20. I think it's more than 22 a day. Do we have an exact number? No, but I can tell you the stats are not accurate. It's outrageous. We sent them to war. We didn't teach them how to reintegrate back into a society that they can't conform to. And coming back with the traumas of war and repeated deployments, that's not something you take lightly. We believe there are absolutely 7 triggers relative to veteran suicide. The first one is a traumatic brain injury. It is a tangible problem. It is a tangible injury. It's like a broken leg, but it's in your brain and it needs to be dealt with. We have tremendous resources throughout the country that can help that. That's followed by post-traumatic stress disorder. There's no doubt about it. PTS is a huge issue. That's often followed by addiction issues because they self-medicate to try to forget and overcome the pain. That's followed by isolation issues, which causes relationship issues, which causes legal issues, that causes financial issues. And respectfully, at the end of the day, the Veterans Administration is doing their job. Some of them are good, some of them are horrible. And as a result, we even have a population of veterans that came back who didn't wish to go even fight to get the benefits that they've earned. So they're doing without their funds. We encourage them hard to go get those benefits. They've earned them, and you need to go through it to get it. So it's a process, and they're tired, they're spent, they're young, and they're old for their age because of the kind of tours that they did.
Someone listening to this right now and could be on the brink of suicide, what is it that American Military Military Family does?
In 2012, we formed a QRF team. It's a quick reaction force team comprised of veterans and military folks who have served that are looking for purpose, understand the drill. They've been through it. And as a result, we actually put boots on the ground. We get the word from a family or friends or neighbors that somebody is struggling or missing. Our objective is to get to them, talk them off a cliff, explain what we can do for them, all the related services we can provide to them, and first and foremost, earn their trust and take it from there to get them from what we call suicidal to successful.
I'm speaking with Debbie McElhaney. She is the founder and CEO of American Military Family. It's something that brings a lot of emotion to me. I was an Army wife for quite a few years out at Fort Irwin in the early 2000s. And one of the things I saw were the young kids coming in. The song Eve of Destruction, you're old enough to fight, but not for voting, is so true, right?
Yes.
And you see these young kids come in. They're getting away from their hometowns, their families, everything that they've known. They're coming to a place that they have no idea what is in store for them. Went through 9/11 being stationed over in Fort Irwin. And I can tell you right now, I allowed them to sleep on my couch.
Yep.
I ironed their fatigues. I fed them. I looked after them. They were my family.
Amen.
And one of the things that I vowed after we got out of the military that I would never lose that bond with them. And I still keep in touch with a lot of them. I really do.
I absolutely love that. The charity name is not easy to roll off the tongue and promote and sell, American Military Family, but it is a family who serves the spouse, the children, the neighbors, the friends, the extended family. They're left behind and they're worried about their loved one going overseas in harm's way without communication, don't know what they're going through. And then when they come home, it starts all over again because that reintegration process is something that's foreign to everybody. The whole family serves. It's just imperative that people understand that. And again, less than 0.5% serving. Please, we need to rally as a country and get 100% behind those who serve and sacrifice and their families.
Oh, I feel your passion for that, Debbie. Absolutely. And why do you think it is that veterans want to commit suicide?
Honestly, I think they think it's a reprieve from their own thoughts and that they're a burden to their family and loved ones, that they're no longer the person that they were before they left home, and the isolation. And we always say, get out of your head. Reach out. The first step is to reach out. I don't even know that they understand that they're scarred, which caused us to start intrusive interventions. Intrusive is the key word. They're not kind and they're not friendly. But the objective is to get you to understand who you are, why you are the way you are, that there are treatment and services available to you that can transform your life. It is not a joke. It is a reality. And some of those transformations are $50,000 programs and they won't have to pay a dime for it. The first step, you have to reach out.
Absolutely. And it's okay to ask for help.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You know, they're broken down and built up into these war machines, thinking that they're invincible.
And the guilt that they have because they lost their battle buddies over there and they came home. Why did I come home? Why didn't it happen to me? Why did it happen to them?
Absolutely.
All that anxiety, all that human nature that anybody would experience is not an illness. It's an ailment. It's a direct result of the environment in which you served in.
Well, if you want to get more information about what American Military Family does, go to AmericanMilitaryFamily.org, or you can reach out to them by calling 303-746-8195 and get the information that you need. And one of the biggest things, I love Colorado Gives Day. It's happening Tuesday, December 5th. They could use your donations to help keep these veterans and these first responders around for a long, long time. Now, you guys do receive money through the Colorado Supports the Troops license plate program. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. That program was originated back in 2007. It is isolated to the state of Colorado, which means that all the benefit of the money that's generated from that program and that purchase of that license plate goes directly back to the Colorado military and their families. Anybody can purchase that plate. It's a $25 required fee, of which that comes to American Military Family. By state statute that we helped to author, 93% of every dollar raised goes directly back to the Colorado military and their families. And to date, that initiative has raised over $500,000.
That is fantastic.
It is. It absolutely is. It's helped to work with and save a lot of Colorado veterans and their families. And it's a very, very positive way to very proudly wear and show that support. Let me just say one last thing. When the Vietnam veterans came home, they came home to a country that loathed them, treated them like an enemy. And at the end of that day, I want every one of them to know that that was carefully placed to put that yellow thank you ribbon in the middle of that Colorado Supports the Troops license plate. That was in honor of Vietnam. That was to show that there were a lot of people in this country that loved, cared, admired, appreciated, and respected their service.
100%. So yes, thank you to all that have served in our nation's armed forces. And yeah, I have a very soft spot for our Vietnam veterans too. So thank you for all it is that you do. A couple of other things I want to talk to you about. I could talk to you for hours, Debbie. I promise you, this is a subject that needs a lot of recognition and a lot of attention. With being in the military, you have family, you have spouses, you have siblings. How is it they react to all of this and how it affects them?
You know, it affects them tremendously because they love them. They want to show their support. They can't quite identify with what they're going through if the veteran doesn't care to talk. The isolation, I will tell you, I represent it. My brother and I have been estranged since Vietnam. He came home. He went on to become a cop. He's a great guy. Everybody loves him. But at the end of the day, for our family, he just has been gone. And he lives up in the mountains somewhere, and it's very tough. Absolutely. But that is the spinoff that happens sometimes. You can love more than life, and they can either receive or not.
And look at the passion and the lives that you are changing with
crazy
American military family.
You know, if everybody finds their heart, God bless you for doing that, because it's a true journey and it's a beautiful experience, whether you get to save the ones you want. I can tell you over the years, we have lost 3 of our own Quick Reaction Force team members. They were intimately involved with the charity and the casework and saving other heroes. And it's brutal when you lose them.
Well, one thing I can say, it's an honor to have been able to connect with you.
Thank you.
I want to thank my friend Megan Rodriguez for getting us in touch with one another. My Mile High 49ers are doing a 50-50 for the Salute to Service all through the month of November. And it is an honor for us to be able to give this donation to you and the folks over there at American Military Family, and just keep doing what it is that you do. And one thing I want you to let our Colorado listeners know, how is it that they can get involved? How is it that they can make a difference?
You know, right now, everything, we don't ever charge any of the veterans. As a matter of fact, our Quick Reaction Force team are all volunteer veterans. They don't get paid. When they drop it, they get fulfilled by going on a mission, trying to find the missing, struggling, suicidal veteran and put the boots on the ground. They use their skills learned in the military to apply tactic about how to locate that missing person. And then it's that camaraderie that nobody else can identify with. We all have lost plenty of fallen families. I worked with many of them. You can't walk in shoes that you can't fill. And only another who truly understands, who's been there and done that, can help talk them off, earn their trust, and allow you to direct them in where they need to go to get the related services they need. Anybody can help us out. Fundraising, we always need money. We pay the expenses of our QRF team to put boots on the ground, the gas, hotel, food, things like that. But they don't make a salary. They do it out of pure heart. But at the end of the day, the cost to bring people to the location, they travel throughout the country. Once we get a call from somebody who's missing, they'll go boots on the ground anywhere in the country.
And if someone's listening to this right now and need help immediately, how can they get in touch with you?
Obviously, we've got a hotline over at the charity. Again, the central number, 303-746-8195. The first step is to reach out. And that's not just the veteran. That's their family. That's their friends. That's their business acquaintances. If you know something's wrong, pick up the phone and call. We will help them. And there is help out there. Period.
And if you'd like to volunteer or donate, please go to AmericanMilitaryFamily.org and choose them as your charity of choice during Colorado Gives Day on Tuesday, December 5th. You can even join us on game day at Tony Tenderoni's downtown on Market Street while the 5280 Mile High 49ers raise money for this amazing charity. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you for doing everything that you're doing. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. American Military Family. Just go to their website at AmericanMilitaryFamily.org. I do appreciate your time, Debbie, and I can't wait to see you again.
I welcome that. Thanks so much.
This has been Colorado Conversation.